I would like to tackle animations at least a little bit if we can. So is that cool with you guys if I move on to animations? Sweet, let's do that. Also, one more thing back in Unity, just so we can start cleaning up our stuff, maybe grab main camera and drag on our new player to main camera so we can start following that instead. And in addition, we could go onto our player and tag it as a player. So similar to how we did before. And after doing those two things and pressing play, I should be able to move over to our super jump power and get boosted upwards. Perfect. So we can actually play our level with our newly created custom character that you guys all made. So this is what's really nice about making things with Unity's physics system is all the stuff that you did previously that depended on the physics system should still work with the new characters that you're creating. So it's very dynamic. So if you have a lot of different characters that move in different ways, a lot of physics stuff transfers over. The downside is that making the physics engine play nicely tends to be pretty tough. It will take a lot of tweaking to get your movement feeling very nice when you're using a physics system to do it. Pros and cons. Pros and cons. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to skip past jumping for now, and I'll provide that as a challenge at the end. And we will start on animation. So animation is a huge topic in Unity. Like, a lot of people know a lot of stuff about it, and it can get pretty intense. So if you guys are looking up animation resources, just understand that animation in Unity can get very complex, and don't get disheartened by it. Just sort of expect that to be how it is. We're going to try to step into it very slowly and show you how it works. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take a character that has animations on it and show you guys how to start calling those things and making the animations play when your character is moving. So transitioning from standing to walking and things like that. Cool. So we're going to the asset store and we're going to snag an animated character to use. And the name of this, if you type it in, is RPG, let's see, RPG Character Animation Pack, like that, I believe. I press enter and search. Yep. And you are going to want to snag the free one, not the $100 one, please. Do not do that. We are going to snag the trial version. So you're going to click on that one, and then go down to import. It'll probably say download for you guys. And after you've done that, you'll press import right here, and we'll start downloading. So this asset pack is, and it's going to ask you if you've made a backup. All of our stuff has been up to date, so I'm not very scared by just saying I made a backup. Go ahead, because it's only going to be updating their old stuff that they've done. So with this character, it provides us 30 animations to evaluate if it works well in our project before paying $100 for the main asset. We will not be paying the $100 in this one, but we will be using this free one to showcase how you can utilize an animated character and giving you guys a sneak peek into how animations work in Unity. Yes?
I don't have the assets.
Oh, perfect, yeah. So if you don't have the asset store, you go up to Window, and then you go down to Asset Store. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And then that should pop up. In addition, if for whatever reason the Asset Store is not working within Unity for you, there's always the Asset Store that you can just Google in your web browser, and then that will connect directly to Unity whenever you press download. And that one actually tends to be a lot more responsive. So sometimes it's better to search using that than searching within Unity. Okay. So let's see what we got. So we have our player here, but I'm going to go to the RPG Character Animation Pack, one that we just downloaded. And I'm going to see what they provide us out of the box. So I'm going to double click on prefabs, and we see we have animation controller, avatar, and then we just have a standard RPG character. So I'm going to snag the RPG character in the prefabs folder and drag it into the scene. Maybe drag it right there. And I'm just going to press play and see what it does. See what we have to work with. Okay, so our character's in the scene. Let's see, if I press W, A, and D, it doesn't really move around. Arrow keys don't do it either, so nothing really right there. But there are all these buttons on my screen now, so we can test that out maybe. Roll forward. Okay, cool, looking nice. Roll backwards. Good. Roll left. So we can just sort of test out what we have, I suppose. Now it's sliding. I don't know why that's happening. Now it's sliding that way. Okay. Maybe slide that way. Perfect. Jump. Okay, good. Left kick. Go back. Okay. Okay, there we go. Get hit. Oh, there we go. I stopped him. And then there's a death animation. So there's a lot of animations built into this character from scratch. But when we press W, A, and D, the character doesn't move like we would want it to. So we have to go and add that in. And it's probably going to throw some errors for you. You can just ignore those. That's due to us. Actually, no. That one's due to them. The ones that aren't errors are due to us because we aren't checking if the movement vector is 0 and we're computing the look rotation from a 0 vector. It will tell you that you're doing that because you should. But we're rebels here, so it's all good. Okay. So we have our RPG character. That's great. I'm actually going to go back to my main player, and I'm going to disable, actually, yeah, I'll disable this for now. And we're just going to work on the RPG character instead. Cool. I'll just drag this down to the middle. Okay, so if we click on our RPG character, let's get a quick lay of the land and see what we have. So there's this big RPG character controller script. Looks like that's probably what's used to control it. Maybe this would help. We don't need that because we made our own. So I'm just going to go over to this cog, click it, and then say remove component. We don't need that one. RPG character GUI. That's all the buttons that are appearing. We don't need that either. So I can click on that and just go and remove component. And if you go all the way to the bottom, there's a nav mesh agent. In this case, we don't need that. That's usually used for things like AI, where you have characters targeting a player or targeting whoever. If you have something targeting and they need to pathfind, that's what you would use a nav mesh agent for. But we don't need that because we're controlling the character in this one, so we can remove that one as well. And everything else, we have rigid body, capsule collider, animator. Those all look good to me. So we're going to keep all those there. And what we're going to add is going to go down to add component, and I already have custom movement, and we're going to add custom movement in. Cool. And if we have that up and running, let's go ahead and test out if our movement still works on this character. I think that's a good test. So if I press play, I can press forward and backwards, and our character moves, it rotates, but it's not walking, that's for sure. It's sort of sliding very gracefully along the ground. We maybe have a figure skater in this case, and I'm sure that could be actually a really cool game concept. But for now, it's not exactly what we want. So let's go ahead and start activating those animations that they gave us.